So welcome back. Tonight we have some very special guests. Continuing with our exploration of jazz sounds, we welcome the Jazz Friends Quartet, who is going to perform Claude Bolling's beloved compositions for us. We're truly privileged tonight, really, to enjoy this world-class artistry. Jazz Friends Quartet, let me introduce, is founded by the multi-instrumentalist Floro Sonand Jr., with professional musicians trained at the most prestigious music institutions worldwide, such as the University of the Philippines College of Music, Cambridge University, Berklee College of Music, and Cologne University of Music and Dance in Germany. Now, the compositions of Claude Bolling that we will hear tonight is from this celebrated French pianist renowned for his unique blend of classical and jazz. Jazz Friends Quartet will explore the elegance of Baroque music and the complexity of jazz, featuring especially Claude's well-known Suite for Flute and Jazz Piano Trio. Enjoy.
Thank you. Nate Wong on drums. Freeman on piano. Yvette on bass.
Everyone, the Jazz Friends Quartet. Truly, truly amazing. And after that, I am going to bring you back to the Roaring Twenties with the Saturday Night Jazz Orchestra. So, in the 1920s, there was also the Prohibition era, when salons and cabarets were banned from selling alcohol, and back alley speakeasies became popular, because the more you ban somebody from having something, the more they want it. I mean, just talking about it makes me crave a gin and tonic right now. And we have the impression that all artists in the jazz age were heavy drinkers and smokers. Well, as Yvonne said, both her and I have stopped smoking. And in fact, Ella Fitzgerald was never a smoker and didn't really drink. So now we're going to hear again from the Saturday Night Jazz Orchestra. Imagine yourself, I think if we can squeeze all of us in a back alley speakeasy again. That music makes you want to dance. Now, what is truly nostalgic for me of the 1920s are the dinner parties. I mean, forget about keto delivery. I'm talking about elegant table settings, proper three-course meals, and where everyone dresses up to spend a whole evening of music, dancing, and card games. And for those evenings, when you need a perfect date, who better than to have the charming and dapper Asplund?
Madrid, Madrid, where is my love? Why did you let me leave my love? At the airport in sunny Spain, I had 2 hours to catch a plane. I was lonely as I could be until a señorita smiled at me. There was music and sweet guitars, and in her eyes were a million stars. She was lonely beyond compare, and in that moment I had learned to care. She was to me a serenade, a melody that my heart had played, and all too soon I had to go. She understood that I loved her so. I waved goodbye, she waved goodbye, and from my window I could see her cry. I went away, and when I did, I left my heart with her in old Madrid. Waved goodbye, she waved goodbye, and from my window I could see her cry. I went away, and when I did, I left my heart with her in old Madrid. Madrid, Madrid, please tell my love that she is old. I'm dreaming of.
So when we look at images from the 1920s, they were black and white. But if you've watched the movie The Great Gatsby, you would know how colorful that era really was. Now, let's talk about the colors of love. The next song is Cerezo Rosa, which means cherry pink. It's the imagery of cherry blossoms, of young love, and the beauty of spring. And after the vibrant, sexy cherry pink, next we will have, who said what? Did you? Like, Joseph's challenging me. Joseph, you're getting too comfortable here. After cherry pink, the next color I would like to talk about is the color orange. For the next song, we have orange-colored sky. An orange-colored sky, especially at sunset, according to my Google search and what AI told me, is caused by the way sunlight interacts with the Earth's atmosphere. Sunlight, which contains all colors of the rainbow, is scattered by particles in the atmosphere, leaving the longer wavelengths of orange light to reach our eyes. And in Nat King Cole's more romantic interpretation, it was when love came and hit me in the eye out of an orange-colored sky. Isn't that much better?
I was walking along, minding my business, when out of an orange-colored sky, flash, bang, alakasa, wonderful you came by. I was humming a tune, drinking in sunshine, when out of an orange-colored view, flash, bang, alakasa, I gotta look at you. One look and I yell timber, watch out for flying glass. When the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out, I went into the spin and I started to shout, I've been hit. I was walking alone, minding my business, when love came and hit me in the eye. Flash, bang, alakazam, out of an orange-colored sky. Can I yell timber? Watch out for flying glass. 'Cause as the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out. I went into a spin and I started to shout, I've been hit. This is it. I was walking along, minding my business, when out of an orange-colored sky. Flat, back, Alakazam, out of an orange-colored, purple stripe, pretty green polka dot sky. Flat, back, Alakazam, and goodbye. Wow, that's a crazy arrangement over here.
Asplin, don't go. Asplin. So, if you would be my perfect date, and now I would like to bring Yvonne out as well.
Oh,
Yvonne,
some
if
sort of weird...
Asplin's my perfect date,
threesome.
I think...
What's going on?
You're throwing me. I'm thinking, for us two, if we were to make we should be like a road movie, femme fatales, like a double act. And I was thinking, and I would like to hear Asplin's suggestion as well on this. Should we be traveling showgirls or futuristic assassins?
Futuristic assassins anytime.
Ah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Yvonne?
I think that's the most random question I've ever been asked on a stage. Maybe we could reenact Thelma and Louise.
Oh, yes.
Because then you get to go with Brad Pitt and I get to drive an open-top car into away from the police. But then we both die at the end, so that's maybe maybe that's not such a good idea. Maybe
I think that's a great idea. Well, I don't have Brad Pitt tonight, but Asplin, let's go.
Expression still unspoiled, love it's only slightly soiled, love for sale. Who will buy? Who would like to sample my supply? Who's prepared to pay the price for a trip to paradise? Love for sale. Let the poets pipe of love in their childish way. I know every type of love better far than they. If you want the thrill of love, I've been through the mill of love. Old love, new love, every love but true love. Sale, advertising young love for sale. Love is one to buy my wares. Follow me and climb the stairs and love for sale. Love for sale. Advertising young love for sale. Love expression still unspoiled. Love that's only slightly soiled. Love for sale. Paradise, love for sale. Let the poets pipe of love in their childish way. I know every type of love better far than they. If you want the thrill of love, I've been through the mill of love. Old love, new love, every kind of love but true. Buy my wares, follow me and climb the stairs to love for sale.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you, everyone, for time hopping with us tonight between the 1920s and 2020s. The orchestra will play you the next song, which is called My Blue Heaven. The title makes me think of that famous monologue by Roy Batty in the Blade Runner movie. And to prove to you how much I loved that movie, that speech was one of the few monologues that I could recite by heart. And it goes, I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I've watched sea beams glitter in the dark of the 10 Hauser gates. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to jazz. And now, let me introduce you guys to all the members of our band. Just wait. On trumpet, Hey Kwok. D-ball, Kokon, and Ro. On the trombone, Momina, Joseph. Now on sax, Oliver, Coco, Anthony, you, and baritone sax, Ken. Over here, on the piano, we have Costello. On percussion, Floro. On bass, Yvette. Guitar, Ryan. And on the drums, Ken. And of course, last but not least, our band leader and founder of Saturday Night Jazz Orchestra, Taka Hirohama. Now, for our last song, I have always think about this dystopian futuristic city as Tokyo. Tokyo, the cyberpunk city with billboards that light up the sky. And Tokyo was also the place brimming with old school jazz, where Taka-san has first started his career as a jazz musician. So he has chosen for us our last song, made into a hit by the Japanese singer Izumi Yukimura. And let's have the lovely Yvonne sing that for us.
I've been away from you a long time. I never thought I'd miss you so. Somehow I feel your love is real. Near you I long to be. The birds are singing it is songtime. The band is strumming soft and low. I know that you yearn for me too. Swanee, you're calling me. Swanee, how I love you, how I love you, my dear old Swanee. I'd give the world to be among the folks in PIXI, even though my mammy's waiting for me, praying for me down by the Swanee. The folks up north will see me no more when I go to the Swanee shore. Swanee, Swanee, I'm coming back for Swanee. Mammy, Mammy, I love the old folks at home. Swanee, how I love you, my dear old Swanee. I give the world to be among the folks in PIXI, even though my mammy's waiting for me, praying for me down by the Swanee. The folks up north will see me no more when I go to the Swanee. When I go to that Swanee shore. Thank you. Thank you.